So guys, my gang stalking is at the most extreme level. Very extreme. Now, I went ahead and saved this to my contacts temporarily as the name Rosie, which is her name, due to the fact, I don't want to like put someone's number out there, even though these people are freaking coordinated gang stalking me. So what happened the other day I was on my way back home, from work back to my car, which is home, I call it home, whatever, to go in my car. So I'm driving, and then on the Highway 50, I end up breaking down. My battery ends up dying. I knew it was my battery. So AAA, I call them. Woman on the phone's really hostile, has kind of an attitude. She swears to me it's my alternator, swears to me that a battery can't break down. Like, basically, a battery would never make your car go to a stop while it's driving. So she was making me really freaked out that it was the alternator and worried about the cost and stuff. Just unnecessary bullshit. And she didn't even know what she was talking about. I had known I needed a replacement battery from Valvoline, had let me know that my battery life was kind of already dead, but my battery had been working fine, so I held it off until I, got paid and everything. So I had needed to get it done, but nothing was going on, and I had just, been waiting to get paid and all that. So I ended up getting a tow from this company, Proto, eventually, because they couldn't jump me on the side of the road. I just needed a jump for my battery, and then I was going to go to AutoZone and get a battery. So I ended up getting this company, Proto, ended up picking me up, and I guess maybe this guy's name was Cheyenne that I'm seeing here right now that she wrote that. So we talked in the tow truck for a minute, and the tow truck didn't have any like markings on it, but it did have something that said Proto at the top. But I noticed the front windshield was cracked, that there was like a long crack in the glass of the front windshield. And yeah, the white guy, he was like, he had like blonde hair and stuff, or something like that. His hair was blonde. And he was like basically, pretty nice to me. I kind of cried to him, explained him my situation, and cried, understanding. He said, yeah, like I'm about to lose everything that he worked hard for and all this. And I thought, oh, that's, that sucks and stuff. And I just was like so freaked out about, a extensive car bill thing. So after I got dropped off at the, they ended up dropping me off. Basically, they wanted to drop me off at any mechanic. So I don't know what mechanic they chose, but basically he kind of was telling me that this place kind of had bad reviews, and some good, some bad or something. So anyways, this Rosie woman ended up, she was the one who answered the call. It was the dispatcher for this Proto, and I had spoken to her first before I had dealt with him, and got in the car and got the thing towed, the car on the thing and towed and everything. She actually was the dispatcher, and she had said, hey, we're sending someone, they're on their way. And I'd kind of been crying on the phone and kind of explained my situation, and she kind of was chuckling, laughing. So I kind of thought that was really weird. So I kind of stayed on the phone waiting for her to hang up, because I wanted to see if she was laughing more. And I thought it was so weird. I thought, okay, so this bitch is definitely laughing at me. This is definitely coordinated and set up. All this is definitely gang stalking, because they have my phone calls intercepted. So then next thing I know, I get this text. Hey, this is Rosie. I'm the dispatcher with the Proto. If you want, you can stay at my place for the night. I have a spare room and food and heat, and I can give you a ride to Cats tomorrow, first thing in the morning after she drops her son off at school. And she was saying the guy, maybe the tow truck driver, could drive me off. And I said, you know what I just said? I said, I appreciate it, but I'm not going to leave my car due to anywhere because of the stalking situation, and they might try to tamper with my vehicle or whatever. It's a lot of jealousy, and I had just started my job and everything, so, I figured, I was afraid that my vehicle was tampered with, but then I forgot about this battery thing, so, so I basically got a reply, and I can tell through this reply that, these people are so fake. You could tell by these little emoticons and stuff. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll say some prayers for you. Just shoot me a text. I hope your car's like this and that, But the truth is, these people are really working and doing this coordinated gang stalking bullshit. So then after that, I go to my Instagram. And I see that this Rosie Hilger has tried to add me. She didn't like any of my stuff or anything, but just randomly I see this ad. And she's got a picture of her son. And this is the thing that is so scary. Had I been like, really, really that desperate to get help and all that, because she was like, oh, I have a warm, place for you to stay, food and heat and all this. And that's a trap where I don't care if you're a woman with a son or what you're displaying to me. Bitch, I could get over into the fucking car with you or get to your house. You could try to kidnap me, murder me, or kill me. And it's strange to me, like, how I've never had anyone offer anything to me like this. I've been homeless for so long. I've been broke down plenty of times, and I've never had anybody from a tow company offer me like a place to stay, or anybody offer me a place to stay. So these people are definitely working to try to kill me lately, because they are very mad that I've exposed this dragon. They're very, very angry that, I guess with my videos, I don't know. These people just want to fucking kill me right now. So they knew to set me at this cat's place, because they knew this cat's place was really fucked up. So I was at this cat's place. I realized in the morning I needed a jump. So I wrote this good review, but I'm going to explain that in a minute. So these reviews on here, I had looked at the night and I was freaking out. Now this review is very, very true by this Robert Dean guy. This shop is managed by a Mexican gang member, ex-convict for California. Alex, the mechanic, broke a fuel line and refused to fix it. He demanded that I pay him in full, sign a contract saying the fuel line was already broken, and sent me away with an unstoppable stream of fuel coming out of my truck. And he demanded that I pay him cash, which is not a part of the deal. I called the police and they told me this is not the first time this has happened. I am pretty sure no one has left a review like this for fear of violence. So, yeah, this definitely was so true. So all these reviews that people are saying that this guy has broke the fuel line, that there was sketchiness, that he fucked it up, and so let me tell you more what happened. So I go ahead and in the morning he comes, he knocks on my door, he says, "Oh hey, come on, there's heat, you could get some coffee, and hey, I'll help you with your car," and this and that. And so he is like, "Oh hey," like I get in, I start talking to him, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm from California," and he said he's been here for 2 years, and his neck was all tatted up, like he was definitely everything this review described. Everything this freaking review described. Like, man, I couldn't even believe it. So he starts talking to me and he's like, "Oh hey, do you want any food? Like, I've got some pork and some beans." It's like, dude, I don't eat pork. I don't eat pork. And it's funny because he tells me, "Oh, I'm a Christian and this and that. I'm a good person. I want to help you out in any way possible," and this and that. And like, really just trying to kiss up to me, like kind of, this gang stalking shit. But then at the same time got like a fucked up kind of face at the same time. And I didn't trust him from these reviews. I was like, dude, you are not touching my motherfucking vehicle. You are not. So he offers me pork and beans. No, I'm not fucking eating that garbage. I don't eat that shit. And that's the thing they try to do, is they try to offer me like to eat pork. And a lot of people eat fucking pork around here, like a ton of pork. And it's like, damn, like shit. So anyways, so he goes ahead and then he goes aside. He's like, "Oh, hey, can I get your VIN number?" And this and that. So he goes out, does all stuff. He's like, "Look, I just need a jump. You don't need to get my VIN number. You don't need this." So he like forcefully like opens up my car, takes a picture of my VIN number and like gets my mileage and all this stuff. It's like, I don't need you to do all of this shit. I just need a fucking jump. I don't want to talk with you for hours and this and that. I'm going to end up actually deleting this review, but I can't. It just says edit. But yeah, pretty much I just told him, I'll leave him a good review, because he did end up helping give me charging my battery to give me a jump so I could get to AutoZone, but it basically was a freaking headache. So then the next thing that happens is he goes ahead and has a sheriff come inside. So this is the sheriff, and she like just comes in and she's just like standing there playing on her phone. The bitch keeps on fucking looking at me. It's like, what the fuck are you looking at? I don't understand, But I mean, I was friendly at her. I said hi and stuff, but he was like, "Oh yeah, this is my good friend, and she's my really good friend, and I'm just fixing her car. She was like, "Oh, I want these things taken off," but this was all coordinated fucking gang stalking. And then this Alex guy, he goes ahead to like tell me his story. He's like, "Yeah, man, I used to live in California and I was on meth," and he told me to keep it between the both of us and not tell anybody. But yeah, basically he said that he was from California, he was on meth, and he came here and was on meth in Denver, and basically like, all this shit. And I told him, "Look, I don't want my car really touched that. I do have a gang stalking situation, but my stalking situation is people stalking me from the past that don't want to move on." And the thing is, he started talking about drugs and meth, and I think he kind of was trying to maybe think that maybe I was paranoid and on drugs. It's like, no, I don't use drugs, and I've never used drugs, and I've never used meth or anything like that. So definitely this Mexican gang member, there's a lot of these Mexican fucking gang members from California up over in this Grand Junction, so I'm about to have to find out where else I'm going to go, because I'm not going to deal with this gang stalking. And then he was pressuring me to ask like exactly where I worked, and then the next day at work, like I'm gang stalked at my job. This these cartel little type of looking guys are starting to come in with these like crosses on their neck. And this guy comes and specifically forgets his wallet, does something to cause me to like make a mistake, handing him the wrong sandwich because he asked for a sandwich that wasn't even his. So they purposely they're just doing shit to fuck with me on purpose, like to fuck up my job. So I just want to kind of explain what happened here this day. And man, I mean, this shit was really, really freaking stressful. Like, just trying to get out of the shop, having to talk to this guy. This guy just kept like talking, and it's like, dude, I just need my battery fucking jump and to go. Like, I was being held hostage. He was trying to charge me like 100 and something for a battery, like a lot of money, like a lot. And it's like, no, I don't have that money. I need to go. Like, I just, yeah. And there's other reviews here where, like, somebody had said, yeah, one of the first things he said was, sir, I'm a Christian. Well, I told him, and it's so funny because I had read this before. I had got, like, the night before, and he said, you know, somebody said, money's the root of all evil. Christians don't rip people off. I'm a Christian. $600+ for a new fuel pump in my Ford Ranger. Save your money and go to Mueller. So this place is not good. And it's like, I know that they purposefully coordinated this to set me up to go here. This bitch wanted to make me think that it was my alternator. So I'll go ahead and have this gang member fucking fuck up my vehicle and mess it up. And I need to figure out how I can delete that good review. It's like, no. I just told him I'd give him a good review because I felt like, okay, I've been in here for a while, and, you know, he's just all upset I don't want to buy a battery, basically. It's like, oh my God, I'm just pressured. But he invited me. He's like, oh, you can come anytime and get coffee, and I can help you out, and you can always park here at night, and like gave me all these really nice offers of help. But I know who these people are. I know that they're just fucking fronting and playing with me. All these people smile in my face or pretend to help me, but they're really not trying to help me. They're really trying to hurt me. Because it's like, why would you have a sheriff come in right in the morning? You know that was some coordinated gang stalking, that you set that up to try to go ahead and yeah, some bullshit. I don't have time for this shit anymore. So I just want to explain what happened the other day, why I've kind of not have posted for a minute, and just my gang stalking being so severe. And then now next video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this job. Yeah, gotta go ahead and this job. Oh man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just morph it all into this one video. So before I get started on my gang stalking situation, this is a cheese. Oh my gosh, this cheese is so damn good. It's a raw jack style. Yeah, I thought it was this other brand that I used to get in California, but yeah, it's Organic Valley. So my gang stalking has really escalated. I think it might be the videos that are really pissing them off. I think it mostly was the videos where I'm exposing this dragon. Man, they're really, really trying to work fucking with me right now. So I had all this happen. Then next thing I did, paid my phone bill, worked to make my phone not work. So I had to call the freaking thing. The same Asian woman answers every single fucking time. I recorded it on my other phone. So I'm going to try to get the record of that. And you know what? Actually, I should try to see if I can right now, if I could turn it on. But you know what? I'll just come back to that in another video and figure out how I could put it in here. But yeah, they're targeting me real bad. So they messed with my phone. I had to go ahead, like, talk to my bank, get the shit disputed, and, you know, creating all these problems so I can't use my phone. So then they end up making my phone work later on at night. I reported them to the Better Business Bureau, too, because I'm sick of this fucking Asian bitch fucking stalking me. I'm sick of every time I call Virgin Mobile or any, like, phone service. Not back then, even when I had Virgin Mobile back in California, this Asian bitch has been stalking me for many, many fucking years. And I don't know why every single time I call Chase, I call DoorDash, or if I call a bank, this bitch is answering. That's why my bank is in Wyoming, where every time I call, an American answers the phone. It's ridiculous. So these motherfuckers are in DoorDash. They're in this fucking Chase Bank. All this same Asian bitch answers the phone, and for this simple mobile phone. So I need to find an American phone service, but I think all of them are all in other countries or some shit, but I don't know why this bitch is answering the phone every single time I call, which I know is this gang stalking bullshit, and this bitch has hijacked my phone because they turned my phone back on and made it work later on in the day. All right, now after all that, my job. So after I posted this last video about this motherfucking dragon, about this whatever, I go to work, and then I show up at work, and there's this whole big ass pile of dishes all piled up on the counter, just piled up, piled sky high. And it's like, okay, Nobody could have washed even one dish or a few dishes throughout the time all these dishes been piled up, and then I'm just left to wash them all. And this coworker, this boy, first of all, he smells really bad. And I have to put a mask on around him because he smells so bad. And I can't stand the stench. I just really cannot stand it. First of all, I got the employee handbook. It says you have to take a shower every single day. How am I homeless and I smell good? That's the thing. And the thing about every single one of these fucking jobs, these people keep on sending me the N-word telepathically, and I'm really getting fucking sick of that shit. Now, come to find out, this is the same company. I worked back in Salida, and they did this gang stalking shit. The problem was the manager at Salida. So I worked there as long as I could, but this bitch was a fucking bitch right out the gate. This fucking Z bitch was a fucking little bitch right out the gate. She was very disrespectful for no reason. She didn't even sit down and interview me, and she telepathically called me the N-word. It's like, oh, okay, you're racist because you can't even sit down and interview me. I mean, come on, you can't even do it. Like, what job have I ever gotten? It's like no interview. It's just like, oh, show up here and... She just had an attitude, would make it act like I'm doing everything wrong, like even when I'm doing it right. Like she'll tell me, oh, go take out the trash. I'll go start taking out the trash. And then she'll go, no, Kaya, I didn't tell you to do that. You're not supposed to do that. We got customers down the line. And oh, if I'm doing the meat or whatever, oh, you better upsell on every single sandwich or this or that. Like all this just would not stop. And then one day I just was standing at the register just doing my job. And all of a sudden she just says to me, do you want to go home? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm standing at the register doing my job. Like, what the fuck? Like, I guess she wanted me to, I was waiting for the customer, it was just about to come, but she just kept on harassing me for whatever reason, so I had to quit the job. Even though I was being paid well and paid right, I just had to go. I didn't care how much money I got. This bitch was the worst person to fucking work with. She was horrible. I could not even work with her. And the job was so high turnover that actually one woman actually had came and was actually about to start the job, but she just walked away. Like her hat and shirt got put on, everything, and then she just decided, fuck it, I'm just leaving. Like she just left right there. That's how bad this manager was. I've never once seen any job where someone has done that. Now this job I'm at now, it's owned by the same company. Come to find out, I didn't know the same sandwich company. I had no idea. So here, I actually like it. I thought, okay, it's cool, the problem is, whatever, yeah, they everywhere you go, these motherfuckers send you the N-word telepathically, so it's like, okay, that's one thing, but it's quiet. I don't have somebody in my ear constantly, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, or this or that, I don't have all that. So, I thought, I was planning to stay here for a few months at this job, but after seeing my paycheck, I'm not really going to be able to do that, because the money is so little. And I need to find a job that pays more, because it's just not enough money. And with this inflation, and I get my paycheck, and guess what? There's no tips. Yeah, so we all get electronic tips. I should have about like $100 extra in tips. I don't have any tips. I got 0 tips at all because somebody's fucking doing some shit on the computer or whatever the fuck already and fucking with my money. So now I have to go ahead and send a text and say, look, I'm sorry, I can't do this. This isn't enough money. It really is not. And I didn't get the tips that I was owed and that I deserve for breaking my back, because I'm here washing all the dishes. Nobody, people are doing stuff, helping a bit, but this boy I'm working with at night who smells, who stinks, it's like there were all those dishes. He could have at least came and helped me wash a few. He did not help at all. He just was standing around. It's like I had to do everything. Like every time I work, I'm doing the hardest work and doing the hardest job, but these people just keep fucking with me. And the other job with the Salida, this bitch didn't even care that I was a good worker or whatever. It just didn't even matter. It just was like, I'm just going to do everything I can do to make her want to quit and not want to work at all, because I really don't want her working because she's black or whatever fucking reason, I don't know. But this bitch was Hispanic from the San Bernardino Valley or Riverside, some shit. And those Hispanics from there are really fucking racist, from Riverside and San Bernardino in California. I'm going to be fully honest. I really am not too fond of these Hispanics from California. They are really fucking racist. They are really racist. I'm gonna tell you that. But Colorado, I've met some real chill. The Hispanics here are real chill, and in other states and stuff. But California, y'all need to stay the fuck out of here and the fuck away from me. And you all come in here and gang stalking me. I'm not playing with you no more. Y'all better fucking stop. I am not playing any fucking more. Stop following me around and leave me the fuck alone. The thing about it, though, is it's all racist and stuff. But now you motherfuckers from California are coming here trying to fuck around and fuck with me and shit. But you know what? I'm eating my diet that I need to be eating. The more I eat this diet, the more fucking primal I become. And I'm going to be primal in my primal fucking state that I'm supposed to be. And then everything's going to get handled.
Okay, because I'm about to be done with this bullshit. I've had enough of this bullshit. And the more that you elevate, the more I guess maybe they see that I'm working, whatever, they want to start causing all this drama. And the more you elevate in life, the more these motherfuckers try to fuck with you. Like, really bad. And it is just sick. Like, it is so sick, man. I mean, the shit I'm going through is insane. It really is. And, yeah, I just don't even know what to do, because the Gangstalking, you know, they want to financially make it so I can't survive. They want to do all this stuff, and, it's ridiculous. Then I have people going around spreading rumors about me. They think like I'm, on drugs, or they think that I have sex for money or stuff like that. I haven't had sex in a whole year. I only had sex out one November with this guy, and that was it, which, yeah, but I actually am celibate. I keep myself celibate. But yeah, the only time that I had sex was that past November, and we had the date, and then we ended up, yeah, going out and, you know, hanging out, and we were hanging out in front of the fireplace. That was it. But yeah, somebody's going around making all these rumors, and I'm pretty sure it's my family involved too. It's somebody else involved, and some jealous males that I turned down or whatever. All you all need to stop and move on with your own life. And that's why most of these motherfuckers who are gang stalking me are obese. Like, I used to be 300 pounds. I lost the weight. I did all this hard work and lost weight, and then boom, all of a sudden I'm being gang stalked so bad. And my whole family now is obese and they're gonna stay obese because my family just keeps on gang stalking me and also involved in this gang stalking and focusing on me instead of focusing on themselves. And most of these gang stalkers are fat because they're lazy, they don't want to work a real job, or they want to do whatever they can do to get extra money. And all these people who do this shit, like, they make money in a dishonest way. And I never have done that. I don't steal, I don't do any of this dishonest shit or any of this corrupt shit to make money. And then Chief Handler, this motherfucker, tries to act like he's so good and he's something. Like, you're making money doing illegal shit. You're fucking trash. You're garbage. You're fucking lazy as fuck. Because your life is coming around, oh, let me drive in a car and gang stalk God's chosen all day. Because that's all that we can do, and that's how we're going to make our money. Like, what kind of fucking job is that? You don't have a fucking life. None of you have a life. None of you demons have a life. And this is why you all are being judged with COVID and will continue to be being judged with COVID. Yeah, every single one of you motherfuckers that calls me the N-word telepathically has gotten COVID or will be getting COVID. Every racist motherfucker that I know has gotten COVID. Every single one. My family members have gotten COVID because these motherfuckers did dirty shit. All you motherfuckers that are unclean, doing unclean ass activities and doing all this fucked up shit are getting COVID. And you know what the funny thing is? Let me tell you the funny thing here. Lately, when I've been telling people I've never had COVID, I've never had it, they've been saying, you're so lucky, you're lucky. Like, yeah. Because I actually keep myself clean. I don't eat pork and shellfish. This fucking virus is coming from pork. It's really African swine fever, but China went ahead and they still sold the pork. They sold the pork and sold it to everyone because they're the main producer of pork. The pork is being shipped all across the world. So they sold tainted pork with African swine fever, and that's why people are getting sick. Everybody that I know who eats pork has gotten this virus as well. A lot of people eat it, they eat this pork, and then boom, they get sick right away. And that's what happened to my dad. He ate a pork roast and he got sick in the next day or two and ended up in the ER because it's coming from pork. It's coming from pork, and they don't want you to know this. They don't want you to know that this virus is 100% spiritual. It has nothing to do, no vaccine and no mask is gonna stop God's judgment, and it's not gonna stop it. God, look at all these people. Look at all these motherfuckers. I'm gonna say about 80% of these motherfuckers have gotten vaccinated and they're getting this virus because it's God's judgment. No mask or vaccine is gonna fucking help you and stop God's judgment. It's inevitable. So people can go ahead, keep taking these boosters, keep taking these vaccines, putting these masks on and shit. You're still gonna get the virus because your ass is unclean, your ass is fucking racist, and that's why you're getting the fucking virus. You do all this unclean shit, you do corrupt shit, you gang stalk, you eat pork, you fucking sit up here, you want to fucking be jealous and hating on somebody doing all this evil shit. You think, my God does not play. He will take your breath and your fucking oxygen away. And let me tell you something about that Comfort Inn back there. They gang stalked me back in Gunnison. Yeah, they coordinated that. Them bitches over there coordinated that shit. And guess what? That bitch, that little reptilian bitch at the front desk, who I complained to about the noise and she didn't do anything about it, just, oh, we'll do something about it. Like, you know, didn't do shit. The next day, that bitch showed up at that front desk in an oxygen tank. Every single one of you motherfuckers that fuck with me are getting COVID, or you will be getting COVID, or you have gotten COVID or whatever. And your ass is marked, and your ass can keep your fucking ass away from me. If your ass has gotten COVID or this fucking vaccine, you have a mark, and you can stay the fuck away from me. In this work environment with all these motherfuckers getting COVID, I'm good. I'm good. If you, every one of these motherfuckers that telepathically call me, I'm this little boy working, oh, come find out he got COVID. So another one of my coworkers recently got COVID, was asking me to cover his shift, and it's like, oh y'all, I'm the thing is, I'm clean, and I'm not gonna be in an unclean environment with unclean activity. I know that people smile in my face, fake as fuck, every single job, it's all the same, you know? And it's time for me to go ahead and just start fasting, because this is what Jesus did. I guess, you know, he went through so much persecution, and that's what I'm going through. So now what I'm starting to begin to do is get my body used to fasting, because now I didn't get the money that I needed to be able to eat anyways. And this is what they usually do to people. They do this because they want you to starve. They want you to be like all with your ribs showing and stuff. They're doing the same thing to me that they did to Jesus. So basically, I have gone without food for about 3 days. I mean, I had the one meal, like the beef and stuff and some of the liver. But other than that, I have not really ate anything, because it's just constant stress. They're constantly causing me stress. My stomach is churning, and it's really bad. And they just will not stop. They just won't stop. And, you know, it's getting to the point where, you know, once I eat this diet and my body is at the proper stamina, once it starts to adjust more and work in my mental state more, then I will be able to handle. I think in 2 months, if I just continue to keep eating this diet, as well as a combination of fasting, because what we did was we fasted and we ate meat. Like, we would eat meat and then we would fast. Like, we would do, that's how we ate as primitive humans. So I'm going to go back to that diet and get myself back to who I was. And then I'm going to handle these demons, because I've had about enough. Time's up. Time is about to be up. I've had enough. But the thing is, following this diet, this is a really strict diet. So I'm going to possibly maybe have like a different meal today, like just carbs or something. But other than that, I'm sticking to this diet. I'm sticking to the 0 carb diet. I'm going to stick to eating this raw meat, and I'm going to handle this fucking demons and this fucking dragon. I've had enough of this fucking bullshit, and I need to get myself in the right mental state, because your mental state is supposed to be in the state of survival, and that's what this diet is going to do. Is it's going to put me in the right primitive state that I'm supposed to be in, so that I can handle this situation. So I just want to go ahead and share what's been going on, what's been being done to me, and just, man, it's crazy, man. I'm just here at the rec center trying to just, you know, relax, trying to maybe get in the jacuzzi and chill, because it's just been crazy, absolutely crazy. And yeah, so they definitely, you know, fucking with me for sure. And, you know, it sucks because I'm a good worker. I'm a really good worker. And they all say that. Like, even when I had left the Salida, she was like, oh my God, like, you're the best worker. Really? Like, okay, I'm sorry that I said whatever. But it was just like, she just kept, I had to just go. Everywhere I go, I get treated like shit. I don't get paid what I deserve or whatever. And I'm about done. I'm done. It's time for the system to break down. It's time for all this shit to break down. And I need to but the main thing first is to get my diet back together. All right, guys, so I just want to share this with you guys. I am, been in here 15 minutes now. I'm just in my car, like, trying to get to the rec center here. So, all right, I hope you guys all have a good day. I don't know when I'm going to post again, but I need to figure out, like, what I'm going to text in a while, because I'm supposed to go to work tomorrow at 4, and I kind of want to, like, say something today that this isn't going to work. That's not enough money. And had I gotten my tips on the check, the right amount of tips and everything, possibly could have been fine, but I'm not even going to play this kind of game. And also, these motherfucking gangstalkers coming to my job. Like, some guy came in, did something to fuck up the sandwiches so that a sandwich went missing or whatever, and got fucked up, and the person got the wrong sandwich. So they're doing shit to fuck up my job and fuck with me and do all this drama, and I don't have time for it anymore. I really don't. And I don't have time to work with some little fucking lazy ass boys that don't want to wash dishes and think that they're too good to wash dishes and only I should be doing everything, and, you know, whatever, fuck it. So everybody can figure it out on their own. Y'all can figure that shit out with dishes and all, and working and all that, whatever. I'm done. It's not enough money for me for all that I'm doing. Now, had I been paid right and got the right paycheck, my game would still be on. I'd be washing all the dishes. I'd be doing the sandwich, everything. I'd be doing it all. But after this, nah, I'm good. I'm good. It's just not enough money. So, all right, guys. Well, here's a example of the kind of gang stalking I'm going through, the things that they'll do to you when you work. They'll fuck with your paycheck. They'll electronically harass you. I've even heard stories. My mom had said one of her coworkers, they gave her a paycheck of only $7 or something like that. Some shit. So, yeah. So this is the kind of shit they do. I've just about had enough. I'm done. So I'm not going to work anymore. I'm not going to do it. I have to find a way to make money on my own. I'm better off just begging with the sign, honestly, I think, because I've had enough of this bullshit. And then every time I get the job, it's always like meth heads working at the job. The last job at Salida, it was meth heads. And then she hired this guy, this Jewish guy comes and he has all this military clothes, this camouflage shit. His arms were bleeding from like injecting drugs, so he had like blood leaking down his arms, and it was fucking sick. Like, I wanted to throw up every single day at work. And then she didn't want him on register because she was concerned about him stealing and stuff like that. I had to get out of that work environment. That work environment was disgusting, and they all smoked cigarettes. It was just horrible. The smell was so bad. I couldn't even stand it. I could not stand that environment. So this work environment, even it's better. Like, I would have stayed, but it's just my paycheck's not good. Like, everything's fine other than this paycheck is not enough. So I just want to kind of give you guys an update and let you guys know what's going on, that, yeah, the targeting is just so severe. And, you know, people, they'll smile on your face and do all this fucked up shit and do everything they can. And, you know, this isn't the first time that I haven't been paid right, because this little redhead bitch working at the fucking Dollar Tree, this manager, made my paycheck wrong. I didn't get paid all the money I was supposed to be paid. So, you know, I'm done. I'm done working. People say, oh, work. Oh, you're not doing anything with your life if you don't work. No, there's a reason why I can't work, because people don't fucking want me to work. Yeah, they don't want me to work, or they want me to work and think that I'm gonna just work for free or something like that. Fuck you all. I'm not a fucking slave. You can kiss my black fucking ass and y'all can do everything on your own. I'm done fucking working. Y'all can kiss my black ass. I'm finished. I'm done. I'll work for myself. I'll figure out how to get my own meat out in nature and figure this out on my own soon with the little bit of money that I have, because it's ridiculous. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and I will talk to you later.